Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, good evening, everybody. Today is May 19th, 2016. It's 7:33, going to the town clock. Today is the Environmental Conservation Board meeting. We have an agenda we're going to follow. We'll start at item number 1, which is Dave Butler, 137 Weber Hill Road, tax map 6516-1-21, repair pond and driveway.
Hi, I'm Dave Butler, and this is for some work we're doing on 137 Weber Hill Road to repair my driveway as well as the drainage underneath the driveway and restore some of the fill that had been washed away over the years.
Okay, have there
I'm
been
the
any,
owner of the property.
have there been any changes since the application was submitted?
Yeah, since the last time I was here, the bottom line on the project description now describes the fill that's going to be, or actually that the fill is going to be not brought in, and that it is the materials that are going to be involved in the project. And then there was also a diagram showing how it's going to be laid in the pond, where it's restoring the.
We're going to put a silt fence, not silt fence,
Filter fabric.
built a fabric around the pipe
Correct.
to prevent any sediment and everything from breaching it. Okay.
Did this have another plan besides this?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That's better.
Yeah, I didn't reprint everything from last time, but.
All right, just for the board's information, Dave Klotzel, our town wetland inspector, went out there. He went out there on 5/17/2016. I've inspected the site and find the local wetlands are properly delineated and shown correctly on the submitted site plan. The proposed project must be inspected in progress, and I should be notified before work begins. Okay? Does anybody have any questions?
Well, he's gonna use a spill kit.
No, he's gonna.
Yes.
Well, he's gonna be using a machine to dig, but he's gonna have a spill kit on
Right,
site.
that's what I meant, yeah. Okay, we know the location of the spill kit?
No, as long as it's close within the machine, I mean, it's not, you
Okay.
keep the spill kit within a few steps of the equipment.
On premise.
Okay,
Because that machine's gonna be moving.
okay, okay.
And just for the board's information, there have been no comments from the public. The escrow has been paid, what was that, 500?
Yeah.
David memos attached. Other than that, I think he's fulfilled all the items that we had requested in the past. Unless anybody has something else they want to bring up. I have my notes here.
Yeah, no,
He gave everything.
yeah.
Okay, so then do I have a motion to grant the permit to Mr. Dave Butler for 137 Weber Hill Drive to repair pond and driveway in accordance with the plans submitted?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you have, go see Rose on Monday. She'll have this, she'll come in, you sign this, and then you're good to go. Just
Okay.
call Dave after you put up all your silt fence. Before you start digging, do all your prep work, call the wetlands inspector, let him periodically come out, and then when you're done, let him look to that the site's been addressed.
Okay, Rose isn't there tomorrow?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think she's out tomorrow.
You can call tomorrow and see if she's there.
Okay,
If she's not, then Monday.
okay, terrific.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. So from Rose, I would pick up the permit before?
Yes.
I just signed the permit, it's right here,
All right.
but she needs to make copies and stuff, so you can have it. You come by, sign it, take it, you're good to go.
Okay, terrific.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we just have to do an EAF. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use planning or zoning regulations? No.
No.
Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of land use? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? No. Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? No. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway? No. Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonable available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? No. Will the proposed action impact existing public-private water supplies or public-private wastewater treatment utilities? Nope. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources, example, wetlands, water bodies, flora and fauna? No. Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? No. Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? Nope. Okay. Okay.
No, I'll finish reading it.
Okay, number 2, Dune Holding Corp., Mexico Lane, 53.2-28, a 5-lot subdivision. I get a funny feeling I know where this is. Okay, could you please state your name?
David Adler.
Oh, David. Okay. Okay, tell us what you want to do.
We'd like to build a project. I'd like to put the road in first and the
Like to-
detention pond, the common driveway.
You like to build a road first?
I'd put the detention pond in first.
All right, do we have a square footage on, all right, you're gonna have to walk us through these drawings. The blue line here is, this blue line over here, is this the? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
There's a wetland line.
okay. Do you wanna walk us through the project?
The wetlands is located on the other side of Mexico Lane.
Right.
I believe a tiny portion of it might be right over here. I haven't looked at this plan in a while, believe it or not. I've owned it for like 15 years. I would like to
Is
rename
it-
it Never Never Land.
Is it correct that the blue lines are the wetlands, flagged
Yes.
lines, and the red, I guess, I don't know what it is, red, is the 100-foot buffer? That
Yes,
seems to be
but-
what's marked.
I also own the property on the other side of the street.
We're only interested on this side of the street, and how it impacts the wetlands.
Okay, just for everybody's record, he was back here, he was here originally from us in 2013.
Correct.
And at the time, before that, you were here 2008. So, and then 2003. So it's been going for a long time.
Would you like me to tell you why? Or not necessary?
No, it's not necessary.
Is it relevant?
I guess not. To me, it is.
Okay, you need to, all
I had
right,
trouble with engineers.
Okay.
I finally switched engineers and got Hudson Engineering, and they got it done for me.
okay. Here's the thing, I need some details on your, well, first of all, let's go through. So you want to build this detention
Well,
pond?
we'd have to work our way up from the bottom.
From Mexico Lane.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
So there's currently nothing built here?
Correct.
Okay.
Virgin land.
Okay, so under this, so we're gonna need a description of work, a narrative, a written narrative from you for the work
I
that you're
believe we
doing.
have it in the
I've just-
DEP. And there's a complete narrative and description on the construction process. I guess you don't have a copy of the
This is 8
DEP?
Ferry Lane. This is the DEC.
DEP.
DEC.
You have to deal with both DEC and DEP?
Yes.
Okay.
The big issue here was getting the DEP approval.
All right, I don't have anything
did
in here
get,
from the DEP.
There's something from DEC on the plan.
Yeah, you have DEC approval on the
Would you like
plan.
me to make that
boundary.
available to you?
We're gonna need it available.
That's wetland delineations on the plan.
All right, first of all, when was the last time you had the wetlands flagged?
2013.
It says on the, 2006, it says on the plan.
All right, so you need to update your wetland
It was
flag.
signed on 2013.
That's
Check-
3
see,
years
yeah.
old.
That's 2013.
So you need to update the wetland flagging.
It has to be flagged again?
Well, it needs to be flagged again, and then I have to send our wetland inspector out there to verify the flagging.
That would have been his second or third time doing it.
But this has been going on since
I
2003.
know. I had a lot of problems with it, also the economy.
I understand that.
You may not have to flag it
Wait,
again. That's,
Are the flags still there?
the flag's still there? Yeah.
Are they existing? If
Honestly,
we
I don't
sent-
know.
If
Okay,
we
well-
sent our wetland inspector out there, would he see the flags?
I can get back to you, just so it doesn't waste his time.
Okay, yeah. If the flags are there, then he'll go out and check it, but if there's a problem with the flags, then you may have to do some additional
All
work.
right.
Okay, fair
Gotta
enough?
verify everything.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to call Monday and schedule
See,
a
that
meeting
was-
with
you're
the
right,
wetland,
it
our
was
wetlands inspector,
2006.
Through Rose?
through Rose.
Okay.
Well, see, it
Alright.
says after 10 years, the
Very
boundary must be
good, Tom.
reevaluated by DEC staff.
Yeah, she's very good.
There's a note on the plan right here. It says, after 10 years, the boundary must be reevaluated by DEC staff. It was validated in March of 2006.
But then, yes.
Oh,
Passed it.
Ugh, God.
Yep.
Yep.
Douglas Giegler, 3/20/2006. So you need to validate your wetlands anyway.
How do I do that?
Well, wetlands,
DEC.
the DECs, you
DEC staff, it
Yeah, but
says.
before you get them, you better make sure it's flagged. If they go out there, it's not flagged, and then who knows when they'll come back again.
well, that's item number one, is the flagging and DEC validation. The next item is I need a narrative, a narrative for the scope of the work for this job for,
I believe that's in the
it's not in
DEP
here.
manual.
Okay, but I don't have it, and I don't have the SWIP. I need a copy of the SWIP, because you're disturbing more than 5,000 square feet. Stormwater pollution plan.
That's DEP also, is it?
Well, you would be,
You have to submit it to the town also.
yeah.
And we want.
Would you mind if I
check
write
it.
this down?
Absolutely not, please do.
I can go back to my vehicle or, I'm gonna,
Need a pen?
here, I got an extra.
We have pen and paper for you.
So we need a copy of the SWIP for the files. We-
update flagging.
Update flagging and flagging DEC validation, boundary validation.
Okay,
I need we need, regardless if it's in the plan, we need to see a narrative of the construction sequences.
So regarding that, do we need the entirety of this, or is it just the stuff that is in, like, any properties that's on the
So from
boundary?
what we're hearing from you, you're gonna build this, and you're gonna build this road, right?
right.
All right, so what I would suggest you do is take one of these plans back with, next time you come in, highlight the areas of work that you're gonna be working in.
What, I think Nick was asking a question there, and that is, he has a complete submittal, a number of plans. Do we need all or part of that?
Are you putting any drainage in this road?
Yeah,
We need to see the
it's all
rest
on
of
the
the,
plan.
we need to see the rest of the drawings. This is just a,
I spent several $100s and gave the town, I don't know, 15 sets.
okay, well, I don't have any here. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have them here.
Drainage, let me see if I can see it here. Right here.
Okay, what size
I think
pipe?
it's a 12-inch pipe.
12-inch HDP pipe I see, coming off of some of the proposed, along the edge of road.
Here. This one.
Right here.
Connects to existing catch basin into the pond, into the wetland, yeah.
Town does have 15
Catch
sets.
Something else, the plan, to show a staging area,
Soil stockpile area.
stockpile area, your fuel, your
I
fueling
think that's all
area.
on other drawings.
Is that also on drawings? That's the plan we'd like to be viewing.
Do we need them? Need them,
Spill kit on site.
build kit on site.
They only gave you one sheet. Okay.
I don't know, no. And then for them to tie into an existing catch basin,
The catch basins are on here, I mean,
well, there's one over here where he's connect to existing catch basin here.
There's also one,
there's also,
Top.
also two right on the road, close to
Right,
that.
does he need to get?
Those are
road-
rain gardens. On the common driveway?
The common driveway right here. Listen, you spent, a nice amount of money on, they spent a nice amount of time on this drawing depicting the topos, depicting the area of work you're going to, but it's, it's a snapshot of a bigger job that, in order for us to really evaluate,
I need to get you a complete set of, another set, or if you
we
can
need
get
to see a
them,
set of
maybe
plans.
from the town board or the planning board has them also, I know.
I
You,
think
you,
they could.
you should go and talk to Rose. Maybe she has more than enough copies, but it's normal, I don't know how many of the copies the planning board want, but we normally get a couple of, at least 4 or 5
Sets.
copies of plans ourselves.
You need to,
To get
Unfortunately-
more sets of plans made up?
well, the town might have them.
may have
so
them.
talk
That's
to
why I said,
Rose.
check with Rose, she already may have enough, okay, that you won't have to do that. So if you want to check with Rose first, that might save you some time and money. A couple of things, make sure that you have, the things that Bob or whoever mentioned here, the spill kit and the fueling area, but make sure you have a plan which shows erosion control. Okay, you have silt fences, you have the proper silt fence detail, which is.
That's all on the drawings.
Okay, that's
Of
fine.
course.
That's fine. That's fine. But we have to have the plan for erosion control too. And it normally is part of the SWIP, so I would assume it's there, but I want to make sure that
we have to see
Slips.
it.
the stormwater plan, okay,
Stormwater prevention plan.
Prevention.
that's right.
Do you know if on the previous plans you submitted, you had a calculation of square foot of disturbance within the 100-foot buffer?
I don't know.
This
That may be something
is the
that,
100-foot buffer,
The red line, yeah.
red line.
so it's hardly doing any work.
So you may or may not have that in the plan that you submitted. If not, I recommend adding it before submitting it to this board. If you do, fantastic, just verify that you have that.
Can you say that one more time? Sorry?
Sure, it's the,
No, I touched-
calculate
I know,
the
yeah.
square
No, he's touching over
footage
here.
of
Over here.
disturbance.
Over
Yeah.
here.
So how much area are you actually going to be disturbing with any of the construction that you're going to be doing within the 100-foot buffer? So that's the red line onwards to the blue line. In this case, it looks like, the road, any drainage, the grading for the detention pond. That looks like,
Has this been submitted to the planning board yet?
Very little.
so, yeah, that's fine. We still need a calculation of that.
Okay.
Has this been submitted to the planning board yet?
Approved and signed off
When was it approved and signed off?
yesterday.
Okay. So the town engineer has, I would assume.
They all know all about this, yeah.
Know about it is not my question. My question is, I'm going to assume, or make sure that it's been approved by the stormwater plan has been approved by the town of Usually, if the planning board signed off with it, usually that happens, but let's be
And
sure.
we need to see the rain garden calculations.
So where is the rain garden located?
That's all on the drawings.
Okay.
What you really should have is the DEP manual that we had prepared. It has
doesn't
probably
care,
answered
sure.
every single one of your questions, including the construction sequence. It's about 150 pages.
Nothing, there's no wetlands over here, right? This is the only place you have wetlands is on the other side
Correct.
of Mexico Lane.
What is currently at the location where the detention pond is gonna be? Just, is it a gully? Is it,
No, it's relatively level with a
Yeah,
slight
right.
grade.
Well, no,
I see,
that drainage coming down
Yep.
the hill. Okay, you know, so it-
okay. And, this structure, is that a structure, 612.6?
No, it's probably a contour.
No, he doesn't.
This boxed-in area here?
It's a new
It's a new development.
development,
Right,
so
yeah.
that's part of the,
You also
I
have,
think it's,
approved by planning, it's.
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay.
Doesn't need a tree,
But that's not, you're not gonna be putting in any structures over here?
approved by the planning
Okay.
board. don't- don't-
you have the health department approvals?
Yes.
Need to see a copy of those.
Really not a lot of area,
Yeah. Any information or anything that has been submitted by you and sent back from the DEP and
It's
the
also signed off
DEC?
by the Board of Health, I think, on the
If it's
map.
on the drawing, we'll see it. And you're putting in wells for water?
Yes.
All right, licensed well driller? I need to see the details of the,
You know, David, just looking at this pond, you know, another thing that you'd see is a detail for silt fence going back towards Mexico Lane, you know, installed. If that's on that plan, that's something that, you know, we would be looking for,
I wish I brought a full set with
you
me.
know? If that's not on there, you know, that's something you want to make sure is on there. A row of silt fence.
detail and location. That's, I mean, guys, that's all I really can come up with. I mean, there's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
big hitters here, but you got a list of things to do.
So I should get this all to Rose?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Should
then-
be easy. I have it all.
And then when you come back, then we'll look at, you know, the rest of the details one more time.
I think the biggest question mark you have are the wetland delineation,
Yeah,
out of all that we've said. The other things are necessary, but I think that's the biggest question.
I'll take a cruise over there right now. I don't live around here, so I'm up here.
no problem.
Now, just so I understand the procedure, I'll get this information to Rose in the next couple days, and then I come back for another meeting, and you review it
Then
before then?
well, she sends that, whatever you can give us, give her electronically, she'll get it out to us, and then we look at it. Otherwise, a couple of us come here during the week and look at stuff occasionally.
I don't think she can get you this electronically. It's all drawings.
Okay, so then get
And
the drawings
stamps.
here, and we'll take a look at it.
The health department signed off
Or
on it.
we'll, next meeting, we'll come out here, we'll look at it during the next meeting, and then we'll be able to take a quick look at the drawings and determine if you're all right. And again, that DEC delineation, you know, expired on you. It's a shame, you know? But we,
I've been going to so many meetings, back and forth, and delays, and, what?
I bet you have.
That's why I call it Never Never Land.
it'll get there.
I'm ready to pack it in. A friend of mine said, don't do it, he'll help me with this.
He'll help you. Very good.
You don't
Thank you.
have, your obstacles were us are not, you know.
Yeah, we're not,
The obstacles we've seen, normally, this is not, they're not a big, deal. I'm speaking for myself, it's not a big deal. I just think you just settle the wetland delineation because that's a requirement that we have, plus the other things you have, and you say they're on the plans. So you really, I mean, if they're on the plans and you satisfy the wetland delineation, you're all set. I mean, you know, it won't take us but a second to take.
Now, if I have, when's your next meeting?
to, first week of June.
June would be,
First Thursday in June.
The third Thursday.
Make sure you get it to Rose so that it gets on the agenda.
June 2nd, we meet.
Who knows, maybe I'll get it done.
Then the 16th.
And if I have everything submitted before the meeting, is there a chance that you might grant approval?
At the meeting.
Well,
We have to,
At the meeting.
we
Can
don't,
accept
we
the
don't, yeah, we
application.
have to it's a public forum.
I know, at the meeting, is it possible?
Yes,
No,
we would
wait, wait,
accept
wait.
the way it works is we would review your application. We would, if everything meets the required, you submit everything that was required, we would accept the application. That puts you on a 30-day clock, 30 to 45-day clock.
Well,
It puts you on the clock, then we notice it. If we get no comments back, usually 2 meetings after that meeting, then if everything's in order,
2 meetings after that
2
meeting?
meetings
you get a
after that, then you
permit,
get a,
yes.
then you get a permit.
So this is a minimum, another two more months.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Okay,
That's the code, there's nothing we can do about it.
I'm just asking.
Right.
Just so I know.
I'm just saying.
We'd like to start this as soon as possible.
I get it.
And we'd like you to start it too.
I really appreciate it.
All right?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
Thanks.
good. Thank you, good luck.
Good luck.
What's your name? for the-
David Adler.
David Hadley?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Okay. Manfred, Ashley, and Francis, 9 Lakeside Road, install a hot tub. Hi.
Hi, I'm Ashley. Nice to
Ash-
see you. Manfred.
Okay, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Okay.
All right, I have new documents for you guys, so bring it up. This was just permission from the DEC that we'd gotten a long time ago. I don't know if you really want it. This is a drawing that the electrician did of where the line would run. That was something that you guys had asked
Oh, you
for.
changed the location of the,
Yeah, it's the same location it was last time I came in.
before I thought it was down here, but you moved it up here?
It's been there since the first meeting that
Oh,
I had.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think there was a question about the electrical, and this is the proposal from the electrician that has the information.
Yeah, I have the copy of the proposal.
You have that,
for-
okay.
I don't need to see the,
Did you need that?
I didn't need to see this, your contract.
I don't know if you wanted that. And then the carpentry, there was question about whether it would all be done by hand, which it will be. And then you wanted me to measure where the 100-foot line was?
Right, where the 100-foot buffer is from
Yeah.
the lake.
So basically, the closest part of the hot tub will be 50 feet from the lake, and then 100 feet. I mean, this is kind of like a rough
This is 50, so 100, yeah, here someplace.
Okay,
marker.
so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a pen
Okay,
and you're gonna draw an arc
Mm-hmm.
like this, and you're gonna label it 100-foot buffer,
okay,
and then that puts you in the 100-foot buffer.
okay,
She put 100-foot, yeah, but I'm gonna have her tap this line just to show it.
yep,
Or just draw a straight line across. And then over here, you show just a dot for a silt fence.
okay.
You need to show us where that is as well.
So we have this path, so what I was thinking that would make sense is if it starts at the house and it comes down, and then there's a line of trees here, so I don't know if you want it to come like up. I don't know what you normally do with
What
these. but
what you
like-
do is this, if he's digging, you know, what, this is just easy. What is the size
Sorry,
of the
the
pad
survey
that
is
they're
terrible.
going?
It's just gonna be 8 feet by 8 feet. It's just gonna be
So it's-
directly under the hot tub.
So 8. You don't mind if I mark
Yo,
this?
knock yourself out.
Let me have that pen, yeah, the good one. Right, and then this is the hot tub. There's 8 by 8 concrete pad. And then right here, you're going to install silt fence.
Okay.
Okay? And you have the detail for the silt fence we gave you the last time you were here?
Yeah, and I gave that to the contractors too.
All right, we want to make it a part of your application.
Okay, do you want me to just like scan it and send it to you, or?
Yeah, I got one.
Sorry, what do you
got
want to make a part of it?
Would you mind if she initials that?
Yes, I'm going to have her do that.
Replenish my supply.
And that is hot, so that's, just initial next to all the pen marks, please.
Okay.
Do you need this DEC permit?
No, they gave me an electronic copy also, so you can keep that. And then the only thing I need to make a copy, you wanted the deed to the property?
We need a
is that
copy of
right?
your deed.
So is that this? This is what you want?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I'll just email Rose a copy of this. Is that right? Or,
Yeah, well, that would, so what we'll do is your approval now
Like my
is
only
contingent on you getting that to Rose.
okay. So if
We
I
need
just
copies
send
of
that
that.
to her.
What you just signed, too.
She's- I'm
This,
putting
you
that
can
in the
keep
file.
this, right? I
Take
don't
a,
need
you have
this, do I?
a camera phone?
Yeah, can I make a copy of it?
Take a picture of that, because that's what you're gonna be held to. Engineering 101. Okay,
Okay, got it.
because this is not really a big job here, you're also gonna mark on here that you're going to add on here, note 5. I'm gonna add it in, install silt fence prior to work. Now, with the electrician, he's trenching from here to here. I'm not worried about
It's gonna be done by hand.
yeah,
By hand, 18 inches deep.
all work
That's electrician we're
to
talking
be performed. What about the pad?
By hand. Everything's by hand.
All
They
by
can't
hand.
even get a
All
truck
work by
down
hand.
there.
How are they gonna deliver the hot tub?
Like 10 men, they said. I don't know. It sounds like terrible to me, but they're carrying it. Can you believe it? I guess so.
Okay, what are the other notes?
You have to install a silt fence first.
Right, and it has to be
Right.
approved
It
first.
has to be inspected. You'll have to
Okay.
call Rose, who's the secretary, and have him, our wetland inspector, come out and inspect it,
Okay.
okay?
Do you have the dimensions, what you need, I mean, as far as installing the silt fence?
Well, you guys gave me the handout about what, so I have that.
So yeah, you have to submit that into the file. Like, we didn't do that, so you'll,
So I need to send you the deed and that
yes.
worksheet?
Yep.
Okay.
Just look at that.
And Rose is who I contact.
Yep.
Yep.
Does it have to be done by the contractor, the installation, or
What, the silt
anyone can put
fence?
it in?
Here's the deal.
Is it hard to
If you put it in and it's wrong,
Those is all concrete, no concrete.
concrete. If you install it wrong, Dave will make you take it out.
Okay. So have the contractor install it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you just initial these?
Yep.
Those are the other, make yourself a copy of that too. Is this a permit or a letter of permission?
That, I don't know, because originally we thought we were putting it in that different place, so I guess it's like basically just telling me that I don't need a permit from them.
Who said this? The building department, you're
Oh,
saying.
Are you asking about the DEC, or are you asking what I'm applying
Talking
for
about
from you?
My guy, the gentleman here with us, I'm asking them what, I think this could be a letter of permission. It's under 100 square feet.
Yeah,
What's the disturbance? You said it's
There's
under
not a lot
100
of
square feet?
disturbance.
Under
Sure,
100 square feet.
So letter of
400
permission,
looking at
Well, that's,
electric
does
line.
it allow for
64
new
square feet.
construction? Because this
I
is
I
new.
think the question mark is whether new construction requires a permit. Even though this is a very, very small.
Not maintenance.
This is
we'll
not
give her-
maintenance.
What did we do for?
Well, this is gonna be advertised anyway.
Right.
So now you're at the point where you're gonna get, if we accept this application the way it is, you get advertised, and then this is not going here.
And when you say advertised, oh,
It's
this
gonna
is
be
for you.
advertised in the paper,
Okay.
in the
If there's any
public, if there's any comments. So,
Is that the same as the building stuff that we're already doing? Because it had to be like a a variance from the
Yeah,
property
well, this is
line?
gonna, something,
Similar.
it's gonna be similar to that.
Okay.
Here, guys, you can take a look at the drawings.
They're not as sophisticated as your other drawings.
It's a good
I forgot
rendition
my
right there.
crayons. Okay, you need to also see, all right, see this short environmental assessment form? You need to get me another one. You need
Okay.
to fill another one out, but some of the pages are gonna be left blank. So I would get another one of these,
Okay,
and you're missing pages 3 and 4, I believe. You need to add that in here,
okay.
but we'll have that just before the next meeting. But you need 3 and 4.
Wait, is that this? Page 3 of 4?
That is it.
Page 4 of 4?
Let me have it.
Sorry. So now you have this.
Oh,
No, is that different?
no, this is it. You have to just white out all these things. So just
Just send a new one.
send it back, yeah, just white them out and send it back,
Okay,
all right?
okay.
You want to look?
No, I see.
All right, with that then, do I have a motion to accept the application for Ashley Manfred at 9 Lakeside Road, Mayapack, New York, 10541, to install a hot tub as shown on the drawing? With the following conditions: that we get a copy of the deed, this is number
Fence?
3. Copy of the deed for file. Page 3 and 4 of the application.
Silt fence detail.
She gave that.
We have that.
We have it.
It's actually in the file?
I had an extra copy I gave her.
Oh, there you go.
You saved me.
It's not in the file.
Oh,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
did
She
receive
took it,
that.
so she'll have to submit it.
Okay, so that's,
Just sign your name at the bottom of it and give it to Dave
she
today.
said you have one, right?
I have one.
Okay, fine.
I
Yeah,
have
at my
another one.
house.
This
I
way it's
can
complete.
just,
It's one less thing you gotta do.
yeah, here, this, right? Do you want me to
Yeah,
sign
just
this?
put your
Yep.
name and address on it and today's date. And here, I'll give you a copy for yourself. This way, you know what to do if you want to do it on the weekend with your husband.
It's super handy.
Sounds like a fun project on the weekend.
What are you doing, honey? We're going out to put silt fence up.
It wouldn't get approved, probably. Okay.
All right, so then,
perfect.
do I have a motion to accept the application to grant the permit for Ashley Manfred for 9 Lakeside Road to install a hot tub with the following conditions? They submit a copy of the deed for the file, submit page 3 and 4 of the application. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Vince, seconded by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you are on the clock,
Okay,
and you get that information to Rose
Okay.
Monday,
okay.
and then come back in 2 meetings.
Okay, it's important you get to her by Monday so she has it.
Yes.
It can be advertised. If you're late, then you may have to wait another 2
I'll-
weeks.
I'll send it to her. So I'll come back on, what is that, the 16th? Is that
2
the-
meetings,
Okay.
16th, yes.
And
That would be
then,
the 16th.
if it's okay, then
Then you get
it's
a permit.
approved, and then you do the fence after that.
Then you do the
do
fence,
the
then you
fence.
call the wetlands inspector, and once he says the fence is installed properly, then you can start your work.
Okay, perfect, all right.
Then you'll be an expert at this.
I mean, I feel like an expert already. Thank you.
There's an opening in the board you can apply.
I might, watch out. All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. I
Good night.
appreciate
Night.
it.
Good night, good
Oh, wait,
luck.
I stole your pen. Yeah.
Welcome.
Lobel, Ferry Island, 8 Ferry Lane, 75.8-1-53. Construct a 16 by 40 pool with spa, retaining wall, pool terrace, and pool equipment. please state your name for the record when you get set up. There's one drawing here, I think.
My name is Peter Gregory with Keen Compliment Gregory Engineers in Mount Kisco,
How are you?
and I'm very good, thank you. And I am the project engineer.
The last time you were here, back in February. Here's my list. Did you make a list? Oh, here we go. The items are required. You had some, you were missing some. So, we're just gonna go through this. We need to see the 100-foot buffer on the drawings.
Was February 18th the last meeting? Is that correct?
February 18th. Yeah, he was late.
Yeah, we may have been here February or March. We may have been at
You were
the
here in
March meeting.
February, and then you were here. I only have February. I think you were here, you sent an associate the second time? Or was it
The
somebody
landscape
else?
architect.
Landscape architect came,
He came in representing, I came in later.
right.
Was that for questioning, or I don't know?
No, what happened was, they submitted the original application, we sent them back with a laundry list of items.
Right.
He addressed the items, he came in here with the landscape architect. We went through the drawings, he was still missing some things, and then we told him to come back.
That second meeting was,
I don't have the date here in the minutes. But it was probably March, I would say March.
March 3rd. March 3rd, okay.
So I think
Okay.
we've been able to supply you with the items that, detail on the items that we were lacking. And these plans should incorporate all of those issues, and we can go through them and how they've been addressed.
All right, I'm just gonna, there were 17 items we had asked you to do, if you don't mind. I'm just going to go through all 17, because, just to make sure things haven't changed. We need to see the 100-foot buffer on the plans.
That line is located right through here.
All right, I'll tell you what we're gonna
it
do
a dashed
here.
line?
Yeah, it's a dashed line.
No,
Take this microphone, just put it up top there, and just speak into the microphone.
this line here is,
The majority of all of the work
That's it.
occurs within the regulated 100-foot.
It is within 100.
this is current.
Do we need zoning board approval? You were supposed to verify that.
We've checked. I don't believe we do. Everything, the retaining walls, the pool, all maintain a 10-foot separation distance to the side setback, which was stated in the code, and we've had a discussion with the building department about that.
And
My
there-
understanding right now is that we do not need a variance from the zoning board for what we're proposing here.
Okay.
Okay? You need a spill plan and a spill kit on site.
Yes, we've provided 2 spill kits. We have a spill kit that's down in the lower area,
Been on sale.
and we have a spill kit up on top. And the reason why we have that is because in the lower area, there is going to be some work that's taking place to install or construct our rain garden. So we wanted to keep one close to the lower area. And then you would also ask at one of the meetings that we designate an area where equipment would be stored, where they would access all this from. And that's going to all designated up in the parking area of the driveway. So we're proposing a spill kit to be placed up there as well.
Okay.
We're also going to provide a oil absorbent boom that will be placed in the water just downhill in the vicinity of where the work that's going to take place, and that's called out on the plan as well. So it's going to be just under the, just beyond the stone wall at the water's edge.
Okay.
Good. All right, that's
And
it.
we did prepare a spill plan, and that's provided on the detail sheet that goes through the outline.
All right, you need to verify the size of the oil tank.
We did.
It's shown on the drawings?
Yes. What we found is that I was under the impression that this was a buried oil tank, and I think a lot of our discussions had to deal with how the buried tank would be looked at, cleaned, removed, and what I found out was
Well, it was
that
either buried or above ground. I
it's an
didn't,
above-ground tank. That's what we found out. And there was an old buried tank which had been replaced years ago with the tank that's there now. So
Which
basically,
is above ground.
it's above ground, 500-gallon, heavy-duty steel 10-gauge tank. And the idea would be that that would be relocated to an area,
Where's it located now?
it's located at the top of the slope. If you look at the first sheet, which is the existing conditions plan, you may see the enclosure for it. It's fenced in at the top of the slope near the retaining wall.
Right there.
And that's a relatively new tank from what I understand.
Okay,
So really, for the most part, I think all the oil that's in there could be taken out
and reused.
and reused. So really, the only thing that I thought that we would have them sign off on is the removal and replacement of the feed lines, that are going between there and the house. So we talked about a manifest and signing off on that, and any of that work that would be involved to.
And it's gonna be done by a licensed fuel oil installer, tank installer.
And I've gotten this information from the person who services the oil company now.
Okay. Just one question regarding that. The tank that was replaced by this above-ground tank, that tank has been, was removed.
That's my
Fine,
understanding,
that's
yes.
all I want to know about it. All right, so you're not disposing the tank, you're going to relocate the tank.
That's correct. And we've designated a place on the property. It's on the uphill side, where it's actually sloping back toward Fair Lane. And we've proposed to put a pad with a containment curb around it that'll be placed on, screened, landscaped, and we are.
Outside of the buffer zone.
outside
Is
the
it
10-foot
shown?
buffer. Yes, it is. On the site plan, the second sheet, we're showing an area near our construction access. There's a square, nope, up on top, a little higher up, right there. There's
Right here?
a pad with a containment curb where we would locate that oil tank too. And that maintains.
Right here,
No, that's the.
that's existing.
Right there, yes.
Right
In that
there.
location.
That's still within the buffer zone.
It's within the regulated area, but it's outside of our 10-foot setback
Oh,
from
I
our
got you.
side property line.
The setback is someone else's concern.
Maybe somebody else's.
The 100-foot buffer, that's our concern.
And that is still within your 100-foot regulated area.
Here's a little food for thought, okay? If you are running this tank from here over to the residence, the distance from where the boiler is to where that tank is, do you know the approximate distance of that? Where's the scale?
I'm going to say it's between 40 and 50 feet, maybe. This is a 20-scale drawing.
Okay, and you're just gonna have a suction line on
Mine
this,
is
right?
20.
Not a suction return? Just a suction, because it's a residential thing. My advice is to run the double-walled copper tube inside some sort of a PVC-style conduit, okay? That not even, PVC is no good with oil, but something
Black pipe.
something compatible with, that would hold oil, that in the event there's overtime that the line has to be replaced, or the line has a leak, at least it's contained
Contained in the
and you
sleeve.
know it.
How deep will it go?
It's got to be 18
I was going to
inches.
figure, I thought maybe 24 inches, I would assume.
You know, they do
Look, we
make,
looked at putting it in the house, but there just isn't enough room in the campus space.
I'm just giving you this recommendation. If you want to do it,
Have you,
it saves you.
have you included the new footing that you're doing in the 100-foot buffer in your calculations of disturbance?
It's outside
Yes,
the
it is.
buffer.
No, it's inside the buffer.
It's within the buffer, but it is, this is located within the area that we've designated to be disturbed. And that area is
Okay.
approximately 6,700 square feet of disturbance in the buffer.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
all right.
So we don't need the truck ticket for the tank being disposed.
Is it
You need to make
250?
sure there's no contamination, it's an above-ground tank, NA. You need to follow the DEC protocol removal, NA.
So if-
Calculations on the rain garden.
Yes, we've provided those with
They're on the plans.
with the details for the rain garden, and it takes into consideration all the disturbance that's occurring. That was a requirement that you had asked us to do.
It's got silt fence, orange fence, tree protection,
So there are-
silt fence.
We had originally had proposed an earthen berm that would provide a
Right.
barrier. We replaced that with a double row of silt fence. That was
Great.
asked of us. We are cordoning off the existing septic system, existing well with the orange mesh fencing. That's going to keep
We
us out
asked-
of those areas completely.
All right, here we go. Rain garden you gave us. The additional silt fence between the lake, workplace around the property, done. Provides with a construction sequence, which was done, right?
Yes. Construction sequence, it does talk about notifying the wetland
Great.
inspector prior to starting work, and also
Location.
keeping him involved to the end.
Concrete washout.
Yes, we've shown that along the, this is what I talked to the pool contractor, and the way he explained to me is that they won't mix anything on site. They bring everything there and they shoot it from the equipment. But I still felt that if we needed to have something, because I still think something may have to be cleaned at some point. So we've provided a small basin on the downhill side away from going toward the lake, which would be a small sump area surrounded with hay bales and silt fence, wash in that area.
With poly on the floor. Because the whole thing is you want to avoid the concrete juice permeating the
into-
ground.
So, and then when it hardens, we'll remove it off-site. So we'll
Perfect.
include a liner along the base of that
Perfect.
sump or basin.
Otherwise, all the other items were marked off the last time here.
SWIP?
Yeah, that was the only item that he was missing was the
Well,
SWIP.
we did submit a SWIP. I only submitted 2 copies because it's quite a large document. But with the SWIP, we've included the MS4 acceptance form and a notice of intent because we are more than 5,000 square feet of disturbance. So that has been submitted. Now, the other thing that came up after our meeting is that someone, I think Rose had sent an email back questioning whether or not we've had a determination from the Army Corps of Engineers.
Right, I had
Right.
asked that question.
Okay. So, what we've done is.
That, the Army Corps as well as the
DEC.
DEC. I had asked that question the last time.
Okay, so the owners retained Paul Janik, soil scientist, who prepared an investigation, he performed an investigation for the presence of Army Corps of Engineering wetlands on the site. So we have a report from him indicating a narrative on how he performed his work in accordance with the Army Corps protocol, and he made a determination here that there were no Army Corps wetlands on the site.
Perfect.
Basically, what happened is even the soils are not wetland soils in the lawn. The wall separates the water from, he's calling them upland soils, which are.
Loams, fine sand, loamy sands.
So with this, he's giving us a report, photographs of the site, the results of the soil samples according to the Army Corps protocol, and then a map at the end showing where the samples were taken and how he made his determination. And that's the reason why we haven't been back. We had to get, it took a little time to get this lined up, and
It's a weekend. No, I'm kidding.
so we felt that we were able to get all of this, we wanted to come in complete with everything on.
Great.
We've got everything now, right?
Yes, you do.
The only thing,
Now, the DEC.
Was the
you
DEC.
mentioned DEC, I don't know why DEC. That's the notice of intent. We haven't submitted anything yet to them.
why
I
don't you
think-
do this, if I may make a suggestion? Why don't you call, I think we're Region 2 or Region 3? Call Region 3, tell them what you want to do with this site. You may have to send them over a drawing. And if they'll send you an email saying this does not fall under the DEC jurisdiction, that's acceptable, as opposed to filling in the notice of intent.
Well, I believe that being that.
The notice of intent has to do with the SWIP.
With the SWIP,
But the town engineer told us that we would need to prepare the SWIP with the notice of intent also. We had met with him prior to making any application, so we knew we needed to prepare this, because we're over 5,000 square feet of disturbance in this area.
so we can't really give you, I mean, we can accept this if everybody's okay with it. We can accept this in terms of advertising the project, but we cannot grant a permit then until we see the SWIP approval and the DEC approval.
So you're going to need a sign-off from, you're going to need the acknowledgement from the state that they've accepted this.
Yes.
Okay.
And you have submitted that already, or?
We haven't submitted, it
To
It has to be
state.
reviewed. The town engineer, as my understanding, has to sign off
Oh,
on this.
okay.
He has to sign off on this as well.
We need, that's what, DEC and the town engineer.
Correct. So the town engineer will review the SWIP along with the notice of intent. If he finds it to be acceptable, he would sign off, and then we would forward that package to the state. And generally, within 7 to 10 days, we usually hear back, we receive an acknowledgement from them with a permit number. Because it's only 5,000 square feet, for the most part, it's just covering sediment erosion control. It's not looking at,
Yeah. It's not looking at any of the other fun stuff.
Correct.
All right, well then. Okay, with that then, does anybody else have any other comments?
It's good.
Okay, then. Based on the items submitted, do I have a motion to accept the application for Lobel Ferry Islands, 8 Ferry Lane, Mayapack, New York, tax map 75.8, S1B 53L? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Made by, second?
Second.
Made by Nick, seconded by Vince. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so you're on the clock. The only thing I'm missing, there's only one item I'm missing, and that is the deed.
yeah, I heard you mention it on the previous applicants.
Yeah, I need to get a copy of the
I'll get a
deed
copy
over
of that.
to
I'll see what I can
Rose.
do.
That's the only thing we're missing.
Was that on your previous list of items that you had asked for? I don't remember it, but,
No,
but
I think we discussed it though, but
I'll try and get a copy.
9 pages of notes.
So what I'd like to do then is I'll continue our review with the town engineer. We'll discuss those items and get that out, even though we're on the clock here. And then once we hear back, then I would assume I would submit that to Rose with the acknowledgement that we have from the state.
Right, basically what's gonna happen is you get us that over, you know, if we get no comments from the public, then you will, we could possibly at that time grant the permit, and you come in that day, we'll look, if we have that approval, we get your permit. All right?
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for, nice job.
Thank you.
Did Dave Klotzel go out there?
Not yet, no.
I would schedule something with him.
Well, I think now is a good time to do that.
Now's a
being that
good
we've done
time to
this.
do it.
Yes.
And once you have the silt fence and the erosion control in, he'll want to inspect it before you start doing
Yes,
anything.
we've called that out on our construction sequence. They were working with a pool contractor. I don't know if they're gonna stay with them or not, but because of the timing now, I think it's gonna probably be a fall project is what they were
Okay.
probably starting to do. So we'll get, we'll be able to use the house during the summer.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
Sounds good.
Before warned, there will be an escrow amount too, that will have to be paid.
Will that be established by the board?
It'll be
By
established
the-
by Dave Clausen.
Dave, by our wetlands.
And you'll have to submit that before you get the permit.
So then what we'll do is that maybe once he sees the site on the walk, then you come
Right.
back, you'll
That's the
establish that.
idea. That's the idea of him going
That's
there.
fine.
It's like $500,000, something like that.
Let him know. All right, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, thank
Good
you.
luck, Peter.
Good luck.
Okay, last item, gentlemen, is meeting minutes.
She didn't get him out. in
I
time.
know, I'm gonna just shelve them until the next meeting, until we've had a time to review them. All right? And that's it.
That's it.
All right, do I have a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Made by Vince, seconded by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, thank you, have a nice weekend.